Why buy your next vehicle from Community Motors of Mason City?
Great service from 3 locations: Community on Monroe, Community Motors Westside, and Mason City Ford. 10 new franchises and hundreds of vehicles to give you more choices. Plus, Community offers an exclusive 3-3 warranty on pre-owned vehicles and 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty on new. Need more reasons why? Stop or visit CommunityAutoGroup.com.
'Cause nobody beats a community deal, nobody.
All right, thank you all for coming out to start with. I believe all you know me. My name is Chris Watts, and I'm here today to formally announce my candidacy for Cerro-Gordo County Supervisor. I'll be running for the District 3 position, which is currently held by Democrat Phil Doherty. Phil's held that position for many years, and I just think it's time for a change. And I've been talking with the Republican Party the last few years, and I'm going to be running on the Republican ticket, challenging Phil in November. So, just a little bit about myself. I'm a small town boy from Eagle Grove. I've been here for 31 years in Mason City, married 4 kids. I'm dedicated. There's a lot of neighborhood projects, community projects I've worked on over the years. I'm more of a hands-on type of guy. One of the biggest groups that I had a lot of fun and a lot of work with was the JCs. One of the JCs, part of the JC motto is service to humanity is the best work of life, and I think I've tried to live up to that the last 30 years that I've been in Mason City on numerous projects. 19th Street Lilac Bush project, along with a couple of my neighbors, very successful, and with the 19th Street widening, hopefully this next year will be an attribute to the neighborhood. Georgia Hanford Park is currently one of my little babies that I've been working with the last 3 years, and I hope to complete that before I start knocking on doors as soon as the snow goes away. But with that, I just think you know, we've got term limits that need to be put in place, and that's not just here on the local level, that's state and federal. President can be president for 2 years, but anybody else can make a career out of it. And if elected by the people of Cerro-Gordo County, District 3, I will have a term limit. I will not be a career politician. I will be there to serve and to help Cerro-Gordo County grow. So with that, I would entertain any questions.
Anything in particular you do different than the current supervisors are doing? Any policies or anything you implement that they're not doing? Or
I work on the road. I failed to mention that. I work for Reinhardt Food Service. We're owned by Ray's Holdings. We have a sister company here in Mason City, which is Martin Brower out in the industrial park. That's our sister company. And I travel the roads every day around North Iowa. I'm on the roads every day around North Iowa, and I see a lot of different things, and I hear a lot of different things. And one of the things that I hear, I was down in Thornton this morning, and is, what do you want to say, out of touch. And one of the things I proposed 4 years ago I'd like to see happen this time, far-fetched or not, I'd like to take the meeting to the road. The media here knows how many people show up to the meeting. I don't know, cram in a couple of vehicles and go to Thornton for the meeting this week. Maybe next week go to Doherty. And the following week go to Rockwell, and take it to the people who can't get out. There's a lot of elderly, retired people who just don't get to Mason City, who just don't get to the courthouse. And I think engaging the public and the media to help see this grow, I think it'd be a good start.
How about the actual time of the meeting? Would you like to see that in the evening?
Well, the actual time would change because my wife's in the background. She'll tell you I ask a lot of questions, and I do. I've been going. I've missed 3 meetings the last 4 years. I've been going every Tuesday morning, and I have a lot to learn yet. Yeah, I think the meetings would definitely be longer. They average 15 minutes probably right now.
Well, how about even access for people? I mean, a lot of people work during the day and they don't have time to make it to the meeting.
That was talked about 4 years ago, and that would take the majority vote of a 3-member board. It depends on how much this board is shaken up with this coming year's election. But I think it'd be nice to see it move till 7 o'clock at night, like most city council meetings around Cerro-Gordo County, where the public can't attend. But For the time being, I'd have to work within until things could be changed. But the meetings, again, I think there should be a spot where the public can participate. This last year, the supervisors have been a little bit better in regards to allowing questions to be asked, and that's a good thing. That's how I learn more. Any of us learn more by asking questions. That's one thing I was told when I was wee-high. You're not going to know unless you ask questions.
What would you do about the fairgrounds?
The fairgrounds is definitely an issue. It's been an issue for way too long. And I think that falls under the auspices of the supervisors, and I think it's been overlooked. You know, the fair board says the supervisor says the fair boards. It's time to mediate that difference and move forward. I mean, we either sell the property, tear the thing down, and rebuild. You know, that's one thing that's been talked about. The city of Mason City's talked about it. A civic center. Maybe we could merge the two together, which would go hand in hand with another idea that I've been thinking and talking about the last few years, but that's regionalizing a lot more services. You know, in the horse and wagon days, so to say, many years ago, back when Bob was, well, anyway, you know, 99 counties in the state, you know, by horse and carriage was probably realistic. Nowadays, I could actually see where you could get down to 50 counties in the state of Iowa. You know, I probably won't see it in my lifetime, but I think the regionalization of services is something that needs to be happen, whether it's Cerro Gordo County working with Clear Lake, Mason City, Rockwell or whatnot, whether it's sand and salt piles or maintenance sheds or, you know, I mean, city assessor, county assessor, issues like that. We can save not only the city, the community's money in the county, but the county itself. So
it was said that that every year the county gave $80,000 to the fair until Jay Erdahl got on the board and he cut it back to 30. Would you do anything about that allotment that the supervisors once gave to the fair board?
Well, I think it's a valid question. I think if we're doling out the money, we should see a report. We should see something coming back from the fair board. They should attend maybe once a month or whatever the supervisors collectively agree. They should stand accountable for that money that the county has been giving them these years, and you know, take the positives and the negatives. Can't fix anything unless we talk about it, and we're not talking about it right now.
You still feel like the supervisors are overpaid?
Definitely. You know, nothing against the three guys. I get along, I think, fairly well with them, but $46,000 a year for a part-time position. When I was in my online interview with the Globe 4 years ago, it was quoted by my competitor, Phil, as a 30 to 32-hour work week is approximately what they average. And you know, stretching it or not, I mean, there's meetings here, meetings there. It's going to vary from week to week, but you know, $46,000 in an economy like we got, there's people out of work. Yeah, I think it's overpaid. I really do.
What do you think the additional insurance, mileage, and meals adds to the $46,000?
Well, from what I could gather from the last expenditure report I saw, it looks like it averages somewhere around the $2,000, $2,500 a year that they get over and above. They, you know, the mileage reimbursement, the IPERs, the benefits. Years ago, I talked about changing the board format. One of the changes, which would have been a cost savings to the taxpayers of Cerro Gordo County, would have been the benefit plan. Because right now I work for Reinhardt Foods, and my family is covered under my plan, which I subscribe to from Reinhardt Foods. I think the supervisor position, if they want the benefits, they're there, they're available, they can subscribe to them. I don't think they should be a freebie. It's a part-time position. It's not like the workers in the other offices, in the assessor's office or the auditor's office, where they work full-time. I think they should have the full-time benefits that go with their job. All in all, I think the county has some great workers. I have nothing against the workers or whatnot. I just think some new blood on the board can maybe help change some things, and I'd like to think that I have that new blood. So,
Chris, you talk about term limits and clear politicians, and you said that yourself that you would not do that and keep going on You did say you would limit your term. Why do you feel that's so important?
I think it's majorly important. I don't think we'd have half the problem in the country we got right now if we didn't have career politicians, but everybody's got new ideas, and you don't get a chance to voice your opinion. You don't get the new blood in there to voice these opinions. We all got them, but you know, like in this particular case, you were never allowed to address the board. You don't have the opportunity, you know, to just stand up in front of the legislatures and speak your mind. I don't know if that's a good answer or not, but
one thing, it eliminates familiarity.
Right. The Good Old Boys Club will no longer be the Good Old Boys Club. It'll be, you're elected to serve the people, and that's what I plan on doing, is serving the people. So
what's the appropriate limit for a county supervisor? How many terms?
I think 2 terms is sufficient. You know, anybody, it's going to take them a little bit of time to get their feet wet, but I think a 2-term limit. President can be president for 2 terms. Why should Cerro Gordo County Supervisors? We have one currently that's just finishing his 6th 4-year term, 24 years. That's correct. That makes no sense. And I would go on record now, it's 2-term limit. If elected, that'll be it. It's time to step back and let somebody younger, older, whoever that wants to take on the initiative and go for it.
Any observations on the mental health system, the way it's presently functioning, and the potential for making it a regional or state program?
That's currently being done. We have a gentleman by the name of Bob Lincoln, and Bob's been leading the charge, not just in Cerro Gordo County, but regionally right now, and I think he's doing an exceptional job.
How much money are you taking from super PACs?
None. That was one of my mistakes. I made a couple mistakes in my last election. I ran as an independent in a Democratic year. It was, you know, but I learned a lot. I walked and knocked on every door except for 2 in District 3. And I took 3 $100 donations. My folks, my uncle in Washington, and my brother and sister-in-law in Wisconsin. Other than that, I financed it myself. I got ridiculed on the blogs because I showed a $2,700 deficit in my account on the Iowa ethics thing. That was because that came out of my pocket, and you have to show that, you know, and they were, because I can't balance my own books, can I balance the county budget book? So I think I can do so. $46,000 a year, and they're going out asking for donations. You know, they've got money in their accounts right now. Nobody needs to be asking for donations. They get comped well, they get taken care of well, and they just need to do what they're elected to do and serve the people. So.